Welcome back, I'm Rachel, and in this video I'm going to go over the 206 bones that make up the human body. The adult human body is typically made up of 206 bones. If we start with the bones of the head, we have our first 28 bones. First we have the occipital bone at the posterior of the skull. Next we have the two parietal bones on each side of the skull. This takes us up to a total of 3 bones. The next bone is the frontal bone at the front of the skull. This takes us up to a total of 4 bones. The next bones are the two temporal bones located on each side of the skull. This takes us up to a total of 6 bones. The next bone is the unpaired sphenoid bone located in the middle of the skull. This takes us up to a total of 7 bones. Next up is the ethmoid bone, located in the roof of the nasal cavity. This bone takes us up to a total of 8 bones. The next bones are the paired nasal bones, located on each side of the middle of the face. These bones take our total now up to 10 bones. Next up are the two maxillar bones found on each side of the face in the upper jaw. This takes us up to a total of 12 bones. Next are the two lacrimal bones located in each of the orbits. This takes us up to a total of 14 bones. Next up are the two zygomatic bones, one on each side of the face. These two bones takes us up to a total of 16 bones. The next bone is the mandible bone, located on the lower jaw. This bone takes our total up to 17 bones. Next are the two palatine bones, which we will need the inferior view of the skull to see properly. Here they are highlighted in red at the back of the nasal cavity. These bones take us up to a total of 19 bones. Next are the two inferior nasal concha bones, which we will need the lateral view of the nasal cavity to see one of these properly. Here they are highlighted in red. These bones take us up to a total of 21 bones. The next bone is the vomer bone, which we will need the medial view of the nasal cavity to properly see this bone. Here it is, highlighted in red. This bone takes us up to a total of 22 bones. The remainder of the bones of the head are tiny bones found in the middle ear. These bones are also known as auditory ossicles. The first of these are the two malleus bones, one found in each middle ear. These bones take us up to a total of 24 bones. Next are the two incus bones, again one found in each middle ear. This takes us up to a total of 26 bones. The last bones of the head are the two stapes bones, again one found in each middle ear. This takes us up to 28 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the neck, we have the next 8 bones. First we have the hyoid bone. This takes us up to a total of 29 bones. Next are the 7 cervical vertebrae. This takes us up to 36 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the rib cage, we get the next 25 bones. First we have the sternum bone. This takes us up to 37 bones. Next are the 24 rib bones. 12 are found on each side of the rib cage. This now jumps our total up to 61 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the remainder of the vertebral column, we have the next 19 bones. First we have the 12 thoracic vertebrae that continue on from the cervical vertebrae already counted from the neck region. This takes us up to a total of 73 bones. Next are the 5 lumbar vertebrae. This takes us up to a total of 78 bones. Next is the sacrum bone. This takes us up to a total of 79 bones. Next is the coccyx bone. This takes us up to a total of 80 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the pectoral girdle, we have the next 4 bones. First up are the 2 clavicle bones. This takes us up to a total of 82 bones. Next up are the 2 scapular bones, one on each side of the body. This takes the total up to 84 bones. If we now look at the bones of the arms, we have the next 6 bones. First are the 2 humerus bones, one in each upper arm. This takes us up to 86 bones. Next up are the 2 ulnar bones, one on the medial side of each forearm. This takes the total of bones now up to a total of 88 bones. Next up are the 2 radius bones, one on the lateral side of each forearm. This takes us up to a total of 90 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the hands, we have the next 54 bones. Starting with the carpal bones, we have the 2 scaphoid bones. This takes us up to 92 bones. Next up are the 2 lunate bones, one in each hand. This takes us up to 94 bones. Then we have the 2 triquetrum bones, one in each hand. This takes us up to 96 bones. Next up are the 2 pisiform bones, again one in each hand. This takes the total up to 98 bones. Then we have the 2 trapezium bones, one in each hand. This takes us up to 100 bones. Next up are the 2 trapezoid bones, again one in each hand. This takes our total up to 102 bones. Then we have the 2 capitate bones, one in each hand. This takes us up to 104 bones. Next up are the 2 hamate bones, again one in each hand. This takes our total up to 106 bones. The next bones of the hands are the 10 metacarpal bones, 5 in each hand. This takes our total bone count up to 116 bones. The last bones of the hands are the 28 phalanges, 14 on each hand. This jumps our total up to 144 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the hip, we have the next 2 bones. These are the 2 hip bones, one on each side of the pelvis. This takes us up to a total of 146 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the leg, we have the next 8 bones. First are the 2 femur bones, one in each upper leg. These bones take our total up to 148 bones. Next are the 2 tibia bones, one in each lower leg. This takes us up to 150 bones. Next are the 2 fibula bones, one on the lateral side of each lower leg. This takes our total up to 152 bones. Then we have the 2 patella bones, one on each knee. This takes us up to 154 bones. If we now move on to the bones of the feet, we have the remaining 52 bones of the body. Starting with the tarsal bones, we have the 2 calcaneus bones, one in each foot. This takes our new total up to 156 bones. Next are the 2 talus bones, one in each foot. This takes us up to 158 bones. Next up are the 2 cuboid bones, again one in each foot. This takes us up to 160 bones. The next bones are the 2 navicular bones, one in each foot. This takes us up to 162 bones. Next up are the 6 cuneiform bones, 3 on each foot. This takes the total up to 168 bones. The next bones are the 10 metatarsal bones, 5 in each foot. This takes the total up to 178 bones. The last bones are the 28 phalanges of the foot, 14 on each foot. This takes our final count up to 206 bones. And that concludes this video on the 206 bones that make up the human body. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.